Всем привет, с вами названием. Мы продолжаем NBA 2K13. Ну что ж, поехали.
Welcome everyone to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. The Timberwolves hoping to get a strong showing here for their home crowd. This is an important game for them because... Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin McHale.
Kevin, we've talked at length about how they plan to contain this excellent offensive ball club. He said, you know, our opponent changes, but our principles stay relatively constant. It's all about denying the high percentage shots, the layups, free throws, and open three-pointers. If they're hitting contested jump shots, you just have to tip your hat to them. Kevin, a sound strategy.
And Doris, thank you as always. And of course, facing an offense like this, you really have to be aware at all times.
No question. You know, and it's one thing to plan for them. It's another thing when you actually see them. This is an explosive club. So
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
You know, some folks would look at the Rockets last year and say maybe they overachieved given their lack of a true superstar, Kevin, but I disagree. I mean, they are a young team that has some depth, and they've got some talented players. I say keep an eye on the Rockets.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Carlos Delfino out there with Jeremy Lin. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's White in at the 4. Here's the Cobra, defended by Lin. Count that one. The Cobra's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Clark with the Rockets, it's true. You know, they might have snuck up on some teams, but I agree. They have the talent to play well, consistently. Well coached, and Steve, I think, headed in the right direction.
I agree, Kevin. I think they've done a nice job of amassing a lot of talent the last few years. But the question is, do the pieces fit? And where do they go from here? Ultimately, you have to make the puzzle work. And I think that's where Houston is right now, just still trying to figure it all out.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Fires for 3. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from Lin.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Now, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important. It's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Bulls in Chicago.
I thought they came into that game with a terrific mindset. They didn't wait for the game to come to them. They were the aggressors.
Yeah, and in doing that, Steve, I think everything fell into place for them. I mean, they made their own breaks. There's no way you would have known based on how they played.
Here's Pekovic, and he gets it.
He works him out more effectively than that. He's going to eat you up on the offensive board.
The dish to Delfino. Back to Lin. 17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kirilenko against Patterson. He kicks it to Lin. Misses the jumper. And that concludes the first half. Rockets lead by...
Now, presented by Sprint.
The Rockets, 39.
It's Boxing Day.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Rockets trail by 3. So with Roy on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. The Cobra in at point guard. Malcolm Lee is out there at Buttinger. Then there's Luke Ridnour, and it's Bekovic in at the 5 spot. The Cobra. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Какого хрена?
Rockets have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third.
You know, I thought the Minnesota front office did an excellent job with the Timberwolves last year, made a couple of key moves. One was bringing Rick Adelman in to coach the team.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. Juwan Johnson out there with the Sheik. There's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Tony Douglas. And it's Parsons in at the 3, the small forward. And Steve, the Wolves were a dangerous team before Rubio tore up his knee. If he can make a full recovery, Clark, they'll be a team certainly to be watched this season.
I agree. It's amazing the difference one playmaker can make. Rubio completely changed the makeup of that team, Kevin. But I certainly also would think that Rick Adelman, being the head coach, was a factor as well.
That's a very good point. His experience, I think, helped that young team move along. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Houston making some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Juwan Johnson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Lamb. Outside, Lin shot off the pick. And the shot is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And defensively, they're starting to look for answers because ever since halftime, they've been disjointed out there.
Here's the Cobra. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
And it's his poise at the offensive end that impresses me most. This guy is unflappable.
Now here's Lynn. Not a lot of room. Passes it to Douglas. Pocket 6. Takes the lead pass. 9 feet out. Patterson. Dishes to Douglas. Over Roy. Douglas can't hit.
Well, not much they can do at this point.
Nope, playing for pride. Trying to finish strong for pride's sake.
Kept alive. Here's Roy. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Here's Douglas. So we see the Rockets get the win here.
Ладно, через дорогу своей команде дебилы.
Pretty big change of scenery for you moving to a new team. How much of an adjustment period is there going to be before you're comfortable here?
It's going to take some time. You know, I need to learn where each of these guys likes to set up, how they like to get the ball, and they need to figure out the same about me. We're all professionals, though. You get used to playing with different teammates, so it's not too long before you start to mesh. It'll get there. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but soon enough.
Ладно, всем спасибо за просмотр, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, оставляйте комменты, всем пока и удачи!